Hello everybody and welcome back. Today I'm going to be talking about my favorite thing, which is blush, specifically summer blushes. I recently asked you guys if you wanted to see what I had in my current blush rotation bin, and you guys said, duh. Why are you even asking me? Of course we want to see it, so here I am. And I also filmed cheek swatches of every single blush shade in here, so you can see what it looks like against my skin tone. But before we get into all that, a portion of today's video is sponsored by Florisis, so a huge thank you to them. I tried out their skincare products this year and I fell in love with their cleansing oil. This is the Botanical Hydra Soothe Balancing Cleansing Oil. They also have a cleansing balm as well as some wipes, but I love and use the cleansing oil. It's my favorite method of dissolving my makeup at the end of the day. This is a non-irritating, sensitive skin friendly cleansing oil that also maintains your skin's pH balance. It's formulated with 11 non-comedogenic plant oils, and it's good for those of us who have acne-prone skin types, so it's safe for us to use. And is also formulated with 7 floral extracts, including Michelia, Ylang Ylang, Chinese peony, and Mutan peony. The way that this cleansing oil breaks down and removes my makeup is unmatched. It makes removing my makeup so effortless and quick at the end of the day, and it breaks down my waterproof mascara in seconds. And this one emulsifies immediately with the touch of water, so that's really going to help get in there and remove everything from your skin. Here's a fresh bottle. The packaging is so cute, and what made me really interested in trying this product out in the first place, it's the straw in the actual packaging that enticed me in this product. It's also very smart because it's designed to get every single drop of product out once you're almost done. It also comes with this cute peony that you can attach on the bottleneck if you want. It's also removable. You can just quickly take it off if you don't want it on there. But not only is this beautiful, it's so effective, and it makes my least favorite step of the day so much easier and so much quicker. It just melts off my makeup in seconds. They also have it in these little travel versions, which is so easy to throw into your overnight bag if you're going to have a sleepover or going to your boyfriend. It's just handy to have. It holds more than enough cleansing oil to remove a day's worth of makeup. So if you're interested in trying this cleansing oil out, I'll have a link in the description for you to check it out. Again, I wanted to say a huge thank you to Florisis for sponsoring this portion of the video, and now let's get into the blushes. I'm looking at all of these blushes on my desk and I just can't help but feel so grateful and so excited because you guys are in for a treat. These are all just incredible formulas. So I'm gonna start off with one of my newest favorites, and this is the Makeup by Mario Soft Pop Plumping Blush Veil, and this is in the shade Barely Blushing. This is one of the blushes I'm wearing today, which I'll get into my favorite combo as of late in a minute. But speaking on this one alone, it's very, very soft, but it has such a pretty, fresh, summery hue to it. It has a really gorgeous, kind of soft, pinky, peachy, neutral kind of look to it. It's really nice, but the formula is what wins me over every time. It doesn't swatch as good as it does on my face, so hopefully in the B-roll you'll be able to get a better representation. But if you're familiar with the Skin Enhancer from Makeup by Mario, it's the exact same formula, just in blush colors. So it has that super balmy feel. It is still very translucent and gorgeous and glow-giving, but it doesn't feel sticky or tacky on your skin. But although it's super sheer and translucent, it makes such a big impact on your makeup. It shows up gorgeously. It just gives you the perfect bit of color on your cheeks. I'll talk about these ones next because it's the next step of my perfect summer blush combo. But these are the Dior blushes in the shade 001 Pink and 012 Rosewood. This one is newer to me. They recently launched some new shades and they're beautiful. This is the only one I picked up so far. Now that I'm talking about it, my favorite combo is applying the Makeup by Mario one first and then layering this one on top. They just make the cutest cheek combo. It's what I have on my cheeks right now. But speaking on these alone, this is one of the best blush formulas I've ever tried. It's such a unique texture for a powder blush, which I feel like it's really hard to find a unique powder blush these days. It reacts really interestingly on your face. It took me a while to fall in love with this formula, especially with this color, because whenever you swatch it on the back of your hand, it looks pretty chalky and nothing special. But once it's on your cheeks and it reacts with the other makeup products you have on your skin, it just is a complete different world. I always describe these blushes as if they were mixed with the most beautiful translucent powder because it blurs out your skin, but it still shows up in such a flattering way. It almost looks airbrushed. It blends out so easily. It always looks perfect and flawless. I also like to use this pink one as a blush topper or like a finishing powder because it always softens the area up and creates a beautiful combination. And I also have a good variety of tones in this video. I have a lot of those that look bronzy and like sunburnt, but I also have a lot of vibrant colors too, which I think is influenced by the Barbie movie. And I just think that vibrant pinks look so cute, especially if you're going to be by a pool or you're wearing blue. I just love the combination of baby blue and baby pink. But moving on, I want to talk about another very bougie blush formula, and that's the Gucci blushes. I think that these are Gucci's top product. This formula is just insanely good. I have the shades 05 Rosy Beige and 06 Warm Berry. I feel like Warm Berry fits the summer aesthetic quite a bit more, but I love the shade Rosy Beige because it's kind of like a good suits anything blush, meaning that it will just look good with whatever you have going on tonally on your face already. But this blush formula is just so amazing because it has a creamy note to it, so it feels really soft and moisturizing, and it sinks into your rest of your makeup really easily, and it has a soft glow to it. As you can see on my hand here, there's a little bit of a pearl that makes it look really creamy, but it also has those diffusing qualities that's so amazing about powder blush. It's kind of a blend of both perfect worlds. I don't know how to describe it better. The Warm Berry shade is so cute if you scatter it across your face. This is one that I love to put on my forehead, on my chin. In the wave technique, it just makes you look kind of sun-kissed and sunburnt, but just in the best way. You just look like you had the best beach vacation. Following up with that, another one that gives me very beachy vibes is the Huda Beauty blush stick in the shade Rebel Red. Now this is a really good August shade. It feels like it's one that transitions into fall just flawlessly. It gives me, it's been summer for a minute, if that makes any sense. I'm taking you guys on a journey. But this is an incredible blush stick formula. Some of them are just too balmy and there's not enough pigment, and that can lead to patchiness, or there's some that are way too pigmented and matte that are hard to blend out. But this is somewhere right in the middle where there are no problems. It feels balmy, but there's enough pigment that it's not patchy, but it also doesn't feel so balmy that it's sticky and heavy on your skin. It feels very lightweight. There's also a little bit of pearl in there to make it look more glossy than it actually is. And just this color is just so beautiful. It just adds such a natural flush to your skin that looks so fresh and youthful. But if you're not into like a cream blush, I have a really good powder option for you. This is the MAC Burnt Pepper Blush, another summer staple of mine. This is the best for a burnt look if you want it to look matte. It's very similar, but maybe just a little bit more coral in comparison to Rebel Red from Huda. This one's more about the color. I think it's such a perfect summer shade, but again, it is MAC and it's such a classic formula. It's just a simple powder blush that diffuses really easily and lasts all day because it is a powder. But yeah, the color is just unbeatable for me. It's been one that I go back to for years now. This has been one of my most used blushes of this season, and this is the Merit Flesh Balm in the shade Fox. I used to be in love with the shade Terracotta, which was my color of summer 2022, but Fox is just that much better. This is Terracotta and this is Fox. Fox is just a bit more vibrant, and tonally I'm just more drawn to it. Sometimes I found Terracotta to be a little bit too light or too orangey, where this one is just so nice. This is another one I like to just rub all over my face and it just acts so gorgeously. The Merit formula is beautiful because it does sheer out quite a bit, but it still adds just a little kiss of color. This is the blush that looks the most natural out of all of the ones I'm going to be talking about. It's sheer and translucent, but not to the point that it doesn't do anything. It just leaves behind the cutest flush of color. It's such an easy, hassle-free formula. You can blend it out with a finger or a brush easily, and it's not going to give you any trouble. This is a blush formula I would recommend to someone who wants to transition from powder blushes to cream blushes just because of its ease of use. Now I want to talk about a specific color from M Cosmetics, and they have something for everyone and their different tastes. It's the shade Venetian Rose, and it comes in 3 different formulas. The So Soft Blushes, which is a cream stick, but it has a matte finish. It has a very cloudy feel, so it looks really pillowy and soft on your skin. They also have it in a powder blush form. This is the Heaven's Glow blush. And this is a stunning powder blush. It's very unique. It gives a very soft and diffused look, but it also has a dimensional pearl inside. In the shade Venetian Rose, it's a beautiful golden hue, so it looks really nice and warm and inviting. And they also have it in the Color Drop, which I find that this one looks a little bit different tonally. I guess they all do slightly. I think that's due to the formula. But the Serum blushes is for those of you who like kind of like a no makeup look with a lot of glow. And ever since that they reformulated them, they last so much longer on the skin. But these are the Venetian Rose shades. And I also wanted to mention the shade Soft Amethyst in the Color Drops because it's equally as stunning. It's a little bit more berry toned instead of like bronze toned, which I think is another one that would transition into fall just so easily. All amazing formulas that I have been a mega fan of for years. The next one is such an easy 2-in-1 step, and that is the Charlotte Tilbury Glowgasm Beauty Light Wand. This took the internet by storm, like in 2022. I feel like it's worth the hype. It's such a nice blush formula. It's very simple, but it has a lot of glow in there. So it's like a highlighter and blush in one. And it just makes you look so fresh and radiant. I get compliments all the time when I wear this one. I remember there was one day I was in Banff and I got so many compliments on what I was wearing. It's really cute. I like to apply this one in the areas I usually apply highlight, and it just looks really youthful and fresh and glowy. And it's a formula that lasts all day. Once it sets down, it's down. And it feels quite powdery. It doesn't have any residue whatsoever. It doesn't feel like a cream on the skin after it's set. And they actually launched a new shade. I haven't tried it yet. I just got it in PR. This is the shade Pinkgasm Sunset, which looks a little bit more rich. I'll have to give it a try, but I'll just swatch it while I'm on the topic. I feel like it would suit deeper skin tones a bit better. It's a little bit too copper for me, I think. That was just a random side note, but it was beside me. I feel like this next blush is so underappreciated. It needs a lot more hype. This is the Clinique Cheek Pop in the shade 17 Black Honey Pop. And oh my goodness, is it ever beautiful. If you love the shade Black Honey from Clinique, why don't you have this? This is kind of like a powder version of this formula here. Not in tone, but just in effect. It has that gorgeous kind of more intense pearl. This is another one I like to apply higher up on my cheek, but since it's a powder, it does have those diffusing qualities to it as well. But this is what it looks like on the back of my hand. And if you are obsessed with like the cherry cola tones and all of that, I think you would just be in love with this one. It's such a nice formula. It's another one that softly builds up on your skin. You're not going to be met with intense pigmentation right off the bat. And this is a color that would suit so many different undertones. That's the magic of Black Honey from Clinique, because it's perfectly in the middle of yellow, red, and blue. That's why it's such a flattering color on everyone. You know, a few of these had to be in this video. I feel like I have been a little bit quiet on my Rose Inc blush favorites, but here we are again. Again, my #1 favorite color, most recommended, is Foxglove. It's like the mystique of blushes. It's a shapeshifter. It looks very corally sometimes, very pinky sometimes. Just depends on what else you pair it with and what your undertone is. This formula too is just so miraculous. It just has everything I want in a cream blush. It has longevity, it has a gorgeous glow without feeling really heavy and sticky and tacky. My hair doesn't get stuck in it. Easy to use, easy to reapply. I can use it on my lips as well. It's pigmented enough and it doesn't look milky or chalky if you put it on your lips, and it just ultimately just feels good. It's still unbeaten in the cream blush department. Still would be my tournament winner to this day. And my other favorite shade in this formula is Azalea. This is going to give you that gorgeous sunburnt look. This is an all year favorite of mine because in the wintertime, when I'm a bit more pale and I lose my summer tan, it looks like a I'm cold kind of blush because it has that kind of crimson cranberry tone to it. But you can still see there's a lot of warmth and cool in this one color. It's really, really cool. But those are my 2 favorites for the summertime. I always have a Rare Beauty blush on rotation, but these are my 3 favorites for the summer. I will say my all year favorite is Believe. It's a stunning mauvey color, but it can look really wintry or very summery. You can see that. So it has like that gorgeous warmth, kind of that sunburny shade. And my pink favorite is Happy, which is a very cutesy color. I think it looks really fresh and vibrant. And of course, this vibrant red is incredible too, the shade Grateful. I love mixing in a little bit of my liquid bronzer into here to make it a little bit more bronzy, or it's cute on its own too. That vibrant red just looks so fresh and summery to me. I don't know. Very intimidating looking, but if you give it a shot, it's incredible. And my last blush I've been rotating through the summer is the Patrick Ta Double Take Cream and Powder Blush Duo in the shade Oh, She's Different. It used to be She's So LA, but I find that one to be too brown for my taste these days. And I prefer these kind of more rich tones. I'm obsessed with this duo concept. It just makes so much sense, and I just love the versatility of the product. I feel like I say the same thing about these blushes every time, but I just love how many ways you can apply it. This is for those of you who are new here. I love wearing the cream side alone or the powder side alone, or I love to do Patrick Ta's method, which is applying a bit of the powder and then a bit of the cream on top with the sponge. Or if I want more of a matte finish, I'll go in with the cream first, then the powder on top. So many stunning ways you can use this. The powder blush side has a bit of a pearlescence, so it's not completely matte looking on your skin, but it has that diffusing quality that all powders do, but with a little bit of dimension. You see that? And then the cream side is so sheer and balmy. If you're familiar with the Tower 28 blushes, it's very similar to that, but way less pigmented, which is good if you're doing the layering method, because that would be insane if these were both insanely pigmented. But this is the shade. How summery and beautiful is that? And those are all of the blushes I had in my summer rotation bin. They're just all so special to me, and thank you for allowing me to talk about them for like half an hour. Again, I wanted to say a huge thank you to Florasis for sponsoring a portion of today's video. If you'd like to try any of their makeup removing products, I'll have links to them in the description down below. But that's going to be it from me. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. I'll make sure to list and link all of these blushes in the description down below, so feel free to check that out, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.